How y'all doing out there? Welcome to Clayton Showalter's YouTube channel here. We're back on this Husqvarna 350 chainsaw here. We're getting ready to seal up the crankcase here. I have some sealer on it that I put on there, but I had too much squeeze out inside the crankcase, so I had to take it back apart and wipe all that up because I don't want any of that sealer on the crankshaft or the bearings. So when you saw in that one video to where this was leaking on the clutch side, because these seals slip over the bearing, and they're rubber. They're metal and they're rubber, and they're supposed to seal. You shouldn't have to put any sealer on them, but when I always put sealer on them, just trying to eliminate any possible leaks or anything. And obviously I didn't get enough sealer on it, and it was leaking like a sieve on the clutch side there. So let's go ahead and start getting some sealer on here. And this is the kind of sealer I'm using. It's by Permatex Ultra Gray Max Torque gasket maker. Part number 82194. In case you're interested, you can get this at any local auto parts store or hardware store. Let's get this let's start getting this sealed up here. We'll get some sealer in these bearing pockets here. Not a whole lot, just enough in there. Hopefully seal those seals. We're using sealer to seal a seal. So how y'all doing out there? Y'all doing good? I hope you're having as much fun as I am. Get this customer saw fixed up here, and we'll get back on some of our own projects here that I want to show you. So y'all bear with me. Don't leave just yet. You're gonna miss the exciting part if you leave. Don't you think it's exciting seeing somebody putting sealer on a saw or something? That piece looks pretty good. Now we'll go ahead and do down in here. I know you can't see what I'm doing here, but if I can't see, that won't be good because I need to be able to see. We want this to seal up nice here. We don't want to have no issues. I don't like reoccurring issues there. Y'all probably don't either. But sometimes it happens. And that's the way life goes. So just bear with me, folks. We'll be cinching her down here shortly. Putting the crankshaft in. The cylinder piston. You just want to make sure we got enough sealer in there. We don't want a whole lot, but we do want it to seal. Just trying to wipe a little excess off here. And let's go ahead and put that crankshaft in. This is the flywheel side, that's the clutch side. Flywheel side on the crank, clutch side over here. Drop that on there like so. And we'll put this in. And if you can see those transfers, how they're hooking towards like the front there, that's how that goes on. It goes on just like that. Because your cylinder has those in there for the transfers, and it fits just like that. So we'll go ahead and get this stuck into place here. And these Allen screws, I'm using a 3/16 hex bit T-handle. I believe a 5mm works as well. And when you put those in there, tighten them down a little bit at a time. Don't just tighten one down all the way. Tighten them down even in an X pattern, a crisscross pattern. And like I said, don't tighten one down all the way. Just tighten it until you start to see the gap closing a little bit. So there's the gap right there. You'll probably see it close a little bit. There you go. Go to another one. Start tightening it down little by little. Well, I'm gonna pause you guys and bring you back. And remember, when you're tightening those down, go to crisscross pattern and tighten one down. Tighten them all down the same. Don't just tighten one down. So we'll bring it back here. Y'all bear with me. Alright, we're back, y'all. Okay, we got this bottom end cinched up, the 4 bolts that go through the bottom. And we're going to put the piston on now. And if you look close, you'll see an arrow. See that arrow? Right there? That's going to face towards your exhaust side, which will be facing towards the front of the saw. Now the wrist pin bearings are already down in there. And when you go to put the head on, make sure this piston ring, hopefully I can get you to see that. Come on, zoom, focus now. Come on now. See that little pin in the piston? That's where that piston ring has got to stay. You can't have it going past that like that, because when you put it in, you'll you'll break that ring. And believe me, these piston rings are easy to break. You can snap it with your finger. So we'll get this sitting where we want it. And we'll slide the wrist pin in. Take the little pliers, give it just a little snugger in there. Just gotta go just a little bit. Now is the challenge. Putting those guys in. That's a small little clip that holds that wrist pin in there from coming out. So you gotta hold them. Keep your thumb over it or finger over it, because they'll come flying out of there. I'm gonna try to get you to where you can see this. Maybe let me try and focus you in. Oh, sorry, bumped y'all. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get you in there. Let me move it another angle here and see if we can. All right, bear with me, y'all. I'm gonna take this little pin. I'm gonna put it in my pliers. And I'll make sure this wrist pin's in there enough. And we'll take this little clip, circlip, and it's got to go in here. So you want to hold your fingers around it, and it can be a booger, and if it pops out of there, most likely you're going to lose it. They can be a booger to get in there. And of course, I'm filming a video. This may fight me here. There, I got that one in. Double check and make sure it's in there, because you don't want one of them pins coming out of there. Now this side is more of a challenge. So we're going to try to get this one in there. I hope my camera focuses enough for you guys. gonna be, wow, I'm surprised that one went pretty easy. Let us double check, make sure it's in there. So we got those in. We're gonna zoom you back out, and we'll bring you back over here. We're gonna pause you, and we'll bring you back when we're sliding the head on. We're gonna get some sealer put on there. Y'all hang tight.